me, Pastor Floyd Thompkins.
Thank you for joining me in this most American event.
Yes. Yeah.
There are those who have said of us that we are not Americans, that somehow by standing we're doing something that is not what we should be doing, that somehow by standing in this event today, we are in fact a part of something that is evil and wrong.
No.
That is not true.
No.
Because I read something the other night which was a Declaration of Independence. And in that Declaration of Independence, the word says that we were against King George III.
That's right.
We have always been against kings.
Yes.
We have always been against those who would stand and would say that they're bigger than us and that we have no power. In fact, the words on that document says, for a train of abuses and usurpations. Now, abuse, I know. You know what abuse is. Abuse is making someone and hurting someone just to be cruel. Hurting someone just to be mean. Abuse is taking what happened to trans people when there's only a few trans folk and deciding to change the law because you're so scared of them. Yeah. That's abuse. Abuse is somehow deciding that somehow Senator Padilla can't even come and ask the question at a press conference. They throw him to the show. That's abuse. Abuse is a wrong thing, but that word usurpation, I didn't know what that meant. You know why? Because there's been a long time since people did that. You know what that word means? It means to take power from those who legitimately have power. It is the very nature of what it means to be a king. To decide that your will is bigger than the people's will. When that happens, that's the wrong thing. And that is un-American. That is wrong. That is not who we are. Usurpation means that we then decide that there's things that you cannot do. You don't have the power to change the Constitution. You don't have the power to deny the law. You don't have the power to hurt people on our streets.
That's right.
Back in 1990, there's a dude by the name of Spike Lee. Some of y'all don't know who Spike Lee is. You know I'm black. I'm going to use a black cultural reference. Spike Lee was doing a picture. Some of y'all remember that he got a little group called Public Enemy. Yeah. And he said, I need you to write a song for the movie. And you know what the song was? Fight the power. Yeah. Fight the power. Fight the power that tries to say that you can redefine the law of immigration and just pick people off the street. Yeah. Fight the power. Yes. Fight the power when you try to believe that you can just deny the law and do whatever you want to do on the basis of loyalty. Fight the power. Fight the power when you believe that you can redraw districts so that the Congress would only look like you. Fight the power. Fight the power when you believe that somehow you can bring troops on our streets, call it a war when there's no war. Fight the power. Fight the power when you believe that somehow your orange hair is more important than my black afro. Fight the power! Fight the power! And it does not matter what color you are. It does not matter what position you're in. It does not matter how much money you have. Everybody can fight the power because you have the power. Now I gotta say something. Fight the power that tries to redefine faith as something that is only about you and your tribe. Fight the power that tries to make faith this weird kind of Christ that no one knows, no one follows, and no one should believe in. Fight the power that tries to make that the Jewish people are something other than our brothers and sisters. Fight the power that tries to make Muslim people something other than our brothers and sisters. Fight the power that tries to make faith something that is toxic. Fight the power and say, we are one people standing at one time, believing in each other in one community. Fight the power. Now I'm going to say something you may not like.
Well,
Doubt it.
go on.
Which is, I believe, ultimately speaking in the power of good and the power that is represented here. And we have to be careful that we don't snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. When those folks finally wake up, and they will, they will, they will, they will, thank you, they will. We're going to have to look at our sisters and brothers and say, you were wrong, but come over, you can be right now. We're going to have to look at them and say, yeah, you voted him in, but you can vote for somebody else down. We're going to have to look at folks that we saw not as our enemies, but as our neighbors. Neighbor, you messed up. Neighbor, you're wrong. Neighbor, you caused pain. Neighbor, but you're still my neighbor. For America will have to again reconstitute its democracy. Now, to be honest with you, I really don't like conservatives. But we ain't dealing with conservatism right now. We're dealing with magnetism. And so I want to invite every conservative in the audience to stop thinking that Magna is you. You are not them. You are more like us than you are like him. I know that your conservatism does not mean that you want a king. I know that your conservatism does not mean that you don't want a democracy. Come on over, wake up, and know that together we can stand and fight the power. So now, oh, some of y'all gonna get jiggy with it now. Some of y'all, you've been waiting to do this in 1990. Here we go. So all I want to say is fight the power. You say back to me, fight the power. You don't even have to have rhythm for that.